is Tourism Today.
Going hard at divine instructions, the Church of God of Prophecy has presented the Royal Bahamas Police Force with bulletproof vests. Details are ahead.
And Sandiland celebrates a whopping 60 years, so stay close for that.
Plus, we're on the eve of a holiday weekend. Our Mr. Sunshine is giving safety tips for boaters.
And coming up in sports, Jazz goes yard in his highly anticipated return.
The Bahamas Tonight Access Now starts now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis.
And I'm Marlena Leonard. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight Access Now.
A very long holiday weekend, Marlena. I'm working on Friday, but I'll be off on Monday. What are some of your plans?
That's good that you'll be off on Monday. I mean, for me, I think I'm going to kick back and relax for a little bit and then maybe some fun in the sun if the sun decides to come back out.
I hope it definitely does, for your sake and the sake of others, right? Well, I'm holding that firm, but let's dive right into the news, shall we? The Church of God of Prophecy giving back in a meaningful way. For the second year, the church has donated protective gear to police officers. This, they say, is a symbol of love and gratitude to the ones sworn to protect. Danielle Dean reports.
The Royal Bahamas Police Force's bulletproof vest count has increased. Members of the Church of God of Prophecy, led by National Bishop Dr. Woodley Thompson, made the presentation to Commissioner of Police Shanton Knowles at the East Street headquarters this morning.
As we are preparing likewise for the Pentecost Prayer Parade, we have acquired 2 bulletproof vests to assist your officers to keep them safe as they execute their duties and help to keep the rest of us safe.
This the second consecutive year the church has donated 2 vests to the force. But that wasn't all.
There are 15 jackets, and as you can see, they have been properly outfitted with the Royal Bahamas Police Force paraphernalia. The idea came about when we held our crusade earlier this year in February in Grand Bahama. A number of the police force members who assisted us with security, etc., were feeling quite chilly.
Thompson recognizes both the church and police force are pillars in the community, thus their need to work together. Commissioner of Police Shanton Knowles says this donation will go a long way in helping officers to be protected while out on the front line.
We are in the process of outfitting all of our officers with bulletproof vests, so this certainly adds to what we are trying to accomplish.
Reporting from the police headquarters on East Street North for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
Thanks, Danielle. Well, Sandiland is celebrating 60 years of existence, and staff are all geared up for the celebration where they will be honoring the past while caring for the future. Here's the story.
From humble beginnings to high honors, staff and supporters gathered to celebrate the past, the present, and the future of this vital institution.
They call it the Crazy Hill that was in the back of the hospital, if you don't know that, okay? And so to see where we come from then and now, I think it's a wonderful milestone.
Over the years, services have expanded dramatically, from psychiatric care and rehab to dentistry and occupational therapy.
This facility was officially opened in June of 1965 by Sir Roland Simonet to provide services for the sick and indigent elderly in the Bahamas.
Those who have served for decades say that the hospital's growth reflects its dedication to dignity, innovation, and compassion.
Which is most rewarding for us, at least for me, is patient satisfaction. When the patient is pleased, when their relative is pleased in the delivery of service that we offer with passion and care. And it is my pleasure to serve more than 40 years in the healthcare profession. With respect for the geriatric hospital, I have a passion for the elderly. You know, we call them our pearls and gems.
With programs like the annual Caregiver Symposium and July's Push-a-thon, community outreach remains strong.
Despite these obvious gains, we are still faced with challenges. With a rapidly aging population, rising healthcare costs, increased patient and family expectations, greater demand for transparency and accountability, the landscape of healthcare delivery and doctor-patient engagements are evolving so swiftly. But still we press on because we love our patients, we love delivering care, and above all, we love our country.
60 years into the mission continues, honoring the past while caring for the future. For the Bahamas Tonight Access Now, I'm Mario Munnings.
Thanks a lot, Mario. Well, as said earlier, we are fast approaching the holiday weekend. There are clear skies and calm waters. This weekend, the boaters are going to take to the seas. Here's Tajaro Hudson with some tips to keep them safe.
As we prepare for the holiday weekend, the Royal Bahamas Police Force provided these quick tips for all boaters to be safe while out on the water. Number 1, wear your life jacket and make sure everyone on board has one that fits properly. Number 2, stay sober. Don't use any alcohol or drugs. You need to stay alert in case of an emergency. Number 3, don't overload your boat. Follow the weight limits to avoid capsizing. Number 4, create a float plan. Let someone on land know where you're going and when you'll be back. Number 5, check the weather. Monitor conditions before and during your trip. And last but not least, bring a satellite phone. In an emergency, communication is key. Let's make this a safe and joyful holiday weekend.
Thanks, Tajaro. Well, you probably won't recognize the name Roland Powell, but you most certainly will be familiar with his work. The stand-up comedian, musician, social media influencer, and actor, known to countless of fans by his stage name, Lil Duval, has been making a splash in the entertainment industry in the U.S. But Lil Duval remains a proud Bahamian who maintains his close ties to Eleuthera, and in the meantime, reps the Bahamas wherever he goes. We caught up with him recently in New York City at the Bahamas Business and Investment Forum, where he participated in a panel discussion focused on creatives and opportunities for investing in that growing sector.
I don't know if I took anything away. It just makes me in the room with a bunch of people that's got the same mindset as I have as far as making Bahamas great. And that's what I've always been wanting to do from day one. Even before people even knew I was Bahamian, I've always repped Bahamas. So that's really what I got from this.
Powell is excited about opportunities for Bahamians, but he says now's not the time for creatives to just be sitting around waiting for those opportunities to fall in their laps. Instead, he says they've got to get out there and make it happen.
Well, what I do, I'm a creative and I'm an influencer, so you create your own opportunities. So as far as opportunities, you create it, and we're in a space now where you can create it with social media and everything, where you can create your own greatness. So it's the best time for any Bahamian to come up and to be great.
Well, still to come, the Valley Boys join us tonight, and it looks like it's going to be a lively discussion ahead, so stay close.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. BTC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Come and visit us at Shop Smart, 'cause everything is here.
Yes, we have it all for you. Toys, clothing, office supplies, appliances, custom cut blinds, bedding, drapes, and rugs. Come and visit us on Mackey Street, 2 blocks down from Wolf Road. Call us at 698-1052.
Shop Smart, Shop Smart, at Shop Smart. Oh, everything is here.
You're looking looking at a beautiful shot of Nassau Harbor there. How I wish I was sailing off on one of those boats out there, but c'est la vie. I'm here with you reading the news. Well, that shot is courtesy of our drone pilot, Neville Big Nev Smith. We see you flying high, Nev. As for us, we're gonna go lay low in Bimini. Let's go.
Administrator Eva K. Arthur took the lead in cheering on the students of the Louise McDonald High School and Bimini Primary School as they took part in the recent E. Clement Bethel National Arts Festival Bimini Adjudications. The events took place at the high school in Allistown, and the most outstanding performances came from the Blue Wave dance team, the primary school drummers, and a mini acting masterclass by drama adjudicator Felicia Roll. Marlena?
Thanks, LaDawn. Well, we've got Michael Foster of the Valley Boys Junkanoo Group joining us tonight to discuss a somewhat sore subject, but welcome again to Access Now.
Thank you.
Now, we're just 2 days ahead of the Labor Day parade, and there's controversy because once again, it looks like we're going to have 2 Valley Boys groups heading out to Rush. But wasn't there a court ruling surrounding the use of the world-famous Valley Boys, use of the word Valley Boys in their name?
Well, thank you for having me. I think the court decision is very clear. The Way Forward committee that led the charge are the legitimate Valley Boys according to the court. Unfortunately, the other side of our family, led by Brian Adley, have seemingly refused to acknowledge the court's ruling, defiantly continuing to use the name and presenting themselves as the Valley Boys.
And has the JCNP acknowledged this at all?
The JCNP is an enigma in their behavior. The chairman of the JCNP said last July 10th that he was going to abide by the ruling of the court, but the court has ruled. However, they still, in some of their press releases, now acknowledging 2 groups. And the other side is still calling themselves the Valley Boys. We believe that the appropriate thing to have done is to advise the other group to change their name, and as the court has said, but they seemingly have not done so in any forceful way. Now, it is thought that on Labor Day morning we're going to have 2 junkanoo groups, but it doesn't matter to us very much because we are the legitimate group. The public now knows that we are the legitimate group, and basically at the end of the day we feel as if the other side is making a mockery of themselves.
Ooh, so that was going to be one of my follow-up questions, because you referred to them as the other side of the family, and I was just wondering, has there been any effort for a kind of like junkanoo kiss and make up of sorts?
We've continued from day one to try to unify. Unfortunately, I would say there are 3 people on that side who just refuse to want to sit down and talk. One believes that he was named chairman for life by Gus Cooper. The other one is actually Gus Cooper's son, who believes that their family own the group. And the third one, surprisingly, who's I consider to be a very sensible person, he just seemingly is sitting on the side, but behind the scenes he's doing some things to continue to keep the separation there. Since we spoke last, the group has swelled. And that has been members from that side quietly coming back into the fold. We have not been prejudiced to them. They're welcome back into the group. In fact, to some degree, we don't even consider that they went anywhere. But the element that you see calling themselves world-famous Valley Boys, if we look through the group itself, we hardly recognize anybody. So they are basically, what they've been doing is grabbing anybody from anywhere, Grand Bahama, whatever, to present themselves as a junkanoo group. But I'd say to our fans, where we were the last time you and I spoke, we are miles ahead, and we are back.
Amazing. So on a more positive note, we heard you had the elections you guys were so looking forward to. How did those go?
Oh, the elections went very well. One of the objectives of the Way Forward Committee was to get some of the younger persons who would have never had an opportunity to run for office to do so. The majority of the 16 persons who formed the Way Forward Committee, with the exception of Trevor Davis and Jeff Moncur, and none of us vied for office.
Interesting.
Including myself.
It wasn't about that.
Well, we're now considered to be advisors.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole process of what the objective was to bring the young people into the mainstream. These are the people who've been carrying the group. So they should be given the opportunity to lead. And that's what we have right now. We have a wonderful executive, hardworking persons. Our brass sections have just blown up. In numbers, like I said, numerous persons have come back into the fold of the group. Many of the persons who had been sitting on the side waiting to see what happened are back in.
Amazing.
I would call some notables, but I don't think they would want me to call their names, but basically they're builders, leaders in their own lights, you know, so we're happy where we are right now. Labor Day doesn't mean what the public is seeing, it doesn't mean anything to us.
And it sounds like you're going to be there anyway. It doesn't matter. Y'all are going to show up.
We are the Valley Boys.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Foster, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We always welcome our Junkanooers. We can't wait to have you back again. As for us, let's check in with ZNS Total Sports to see what's on tap.
And Jazz homers in his first game back. Details of that story and more coming up in sports.
Come and visit us at Shop Smart, 'cause everything is here.
Yes, we have it all for you. Toys, clothing, office supplies, appliances, custom cut blinds, bedding, drapes, and rugs. Come and visit us on Mackey Street, 2 blocks down from Wolf Road. Call us at 698-1052.
Shop Smart, and Shop Smart, and Shop Smart. Oh, everything is here.
We here at Candid Security offer a varied range of security services, including guard service. We do armored service. We do pre-employment investigation, background checks, also vet people for employment. A live business hosted PBX is extremely important to our operation. I don't have to be in my office. I can easily get connected with our clients, my vendors, my NASA office, and with our employees in the field, anytime, anywhere.
Welcome to What's Trending. Join me, Jiminita Swain.
And me, The Bahama Beauty, Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m.
Only on the ZNS Network.
Welcome to your Wednesday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports after nearly 6 weeks on the sidelines. Bahamian baseball superstar Jazz Chisholm Jr. making his much-anticipated return to the New York Yankees lineup last night, facing the Cleveland Guardians. Chisholm would drive home Tanner Beebe's first pitch in the 7th inning toward the right center stands for his 8th home run of the season. Chisholm went 2 for 3, also with a 5th inning single for the Yankees' first hit and scoring on DJ LeMahieu's single. Anthony Volpe would go deep 6 pitches after Chisholm, giving New York back-to-back homers for the 5th time this season.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, like every day sitting on that bench, you know, you're thinking about coming back, especially I didn't have the best start, but at the same time, like coming back and like just starting strong and starting the season over, you know, starting everything over 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 all the way through, so you don't focus on what happened before, you know. So yeah, this is how I wanted to start.
So in baseball, this time from the minor leagues, B.J. Murray continuing a strong season for the Knoxville Smokies as his hot bat would lift them to a 4-2 win over the Chattanooga Lookouts last night. Murray with a monstrous grand slam in the 8th inning to account for all 4 of the Smokies' runs in the win. He would finish 2 for 3 on the night. Smokies remain in the 3rd in the Southern League standings. As far as numbers for Murray this year, he's batting .233 with 10 home runs, 31 ribbies, and 9 stolen bases. In the sailing news, the holiday weekend officially begins on Friday, but the sailing action is already underway at the 56th Long Island Regatta. Our good brother from the north, Ricardo Lightbourne, fills us in.
The 56th Annual Long Island Regatta got underway with the Class C Cup race. Yes, it's called the Penland Cup, and it is actually sponsored by Bahamas Wholesale Agency. 19 sloops went to the starting line, and what a race it was. A clean start. Well, that is what we thought, But again, a collision as the boats try to get off the line. The Bull Reg, Whisper, and Cobra 2 having some issues in getting off the line. A collision, that's going to mean some trouble down the road as far as penalty for these boats. But as far as sailing is concerned, yes, the Witty K got a clear look, followed by Sassy Sue and Shroud. Let's take a look at moving now to the eastern buoy as the boats will come around. Looking very good. The Witty K, the first one around, making the right decision. Coachy Burrows making some decisions up front and looking very good. Then Sassy Sue right there. Look at it, coming around the buoy and then opening up. There's Shroud also making the right choice again. Some of the other boats had some issues. Some went around the buoy the wrong way. You know what that means? You are disqualified. But as they in turn make their way to the outer buoy and then back again for the final lap, yes, it'll be the Witty K that will get the cannon, followed by Sassy Sue and Shroud. Let's talk to skipper Coachy Burrows on the Cup win in Salt Pond.
It's blowing out there. I was surprised we started the race. Most of the time, if we were in different conditions or different harbor, we wouldn't sail because it'd be too rough. But Long Island Harbor is a nice harbor to sail in. It's always calm, even though it's blowing, so it's a great harbor to sail in. And the boat, Witty K performed really well today. I was really happy and really pleased with how well she was sailing throughout the water. So I had a good overall race. Had a bad little start, but then picked it back up and caught back up in the front.
What's your gut feeling about this year's regatta?
If God spared life, nothing breaks down. I have a feeling I could win this regatta, so we have to stay in the top 4, top 5 the whole regatta, and you always have a chance to win a regatta like that, so we'll see how it goes.
And that's been a look at your sports on this Wednesday. A check on weather when we return.
Summer in the Bahamas. The weather is hot, but not as hot as the ZNS summer packages. Get ads on ZNS TV or ZNS Radio Network or the TV community page, or a combination of all three. ZNS has got you covered with great prices, whatever package you choose. Book before June 7th and get the local Federation Championship Baseball bonus full of all kinds of extras free of charge. Contact your account executive or call ZNS Sales at 502-3800 today. Hot summer package rates valid until July 31st.
It's time for your Access weather forecast, and after several days of torrential rainfall, which we certainly did need, that area of low pressure now pushing off towards the north and east, and that will lead to some clearing skies, particularly here in the capital, and that clearing will continue right through the Labor Day weekend, which is looking pretty much okay weather-wise. And your boating forecast tonight, well, that's brought to you by Live Business, where we bulk up your business. In the northwestern islands tonight, southeast winds at 12 to 18 knots, the wave heights 3 to 6 feet, so caution flags remain in place, and these conditions will continue right through Friday. Low tide that will take place at 10:16 tonight, with another low tide at 10:29 tomorrow morning. Now for the central and southeastern islands, also through Friday, southeast winds a little stronger at 15 to 20 knots. The wave heights 4 to 7 feet. So the central and southeastern islands are also under a caution flag through Friday. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Come on. Gotta do it. Go back to the island, boy. Let's go. Wake up early one morning, kiss my mama goodbye. Going back to the island, I say don't worry, mama.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Shores. But join me at 11 o'clock for a full weather update. LaDawn and Melina.
Thanks a lot, Basil. Melina, I wasn't quite sure if it was going to be a hot day or a gloomy day.
Yeah,
you know,
sometimes it was both.
Yeah, sometimes it was both, but we want to go beaching and
please,
other stuff,
or at least pick a struggle. Like if it's going to be overcast, cool down. Don't be hot and overcast. I've got my fingers crossed for this weekend being really nice. But one thing we know for sure is here's Matea Cunningham with Let's Talk Socials.
Hi, beautiful people. Matea here, and welcome back to Let's Talk Socials. For the folks that say, well, I'm not tech savvy and social media is for the young folks, I don't know nothing about that, get comfortable because I'm cutting your excuse rope short. If you watch LTS consistently, then you know I'm here to educate, entertain, and inform. Today, those missions will be accomplished by means of folklore. That's right, we're taking it back to Bahamian folklore. Well, what does Bahamian folklore have to do with social media, Matea? I'm so glad you asked. Social media user Andre Colebrook has been sharing his recollection of some of the most notorious and well-known Bahamian folklore stories on his TikTok page. Ever heard of the hiking lady? Or perhaps the big belly plum eater? Okay, if what I'm saying sounds foreign to you, let's educate ourselves for a second. What is Bahamian folklore? Bahamian folklore is a collection of traditional stories, legends, beliefs, and customs passed down through generations in the Bahamas. One of the more well-known stories across islands is that of the Chickcharney. Ring a bell? Well, although we're not focusing on the Chickcharney today, I'm gonna let Andre teach you a thing or two about the hiking lady.
I know about the family islands get this folklore story, but there's a folklore story about driving at night in Eleuthera, and it's about this lady. She always hiking, and if you pick her up, she's gonna have a nice conversation with you, but when you look in your rearview mirror in time to drop her off, she's gonna disappear. And that's why I'm not driving by myself.
What did you think about Andre's recollection of the hiking lady folklore? Did he recall it the way you heard it growing up? If this is your first time hearing the story, drop your thoughts in the comments below if you're watching on social media live stream. Engage with me. That's all for today's entry. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and don't forget, stay creative.
Thanks a lot, Matea. Well, that does it for Access Now this evening.
It does, but stay tuned for the rundown with Clint Watson. His guest tonight is Adrian White of the Free National Movement.
Good night, everybody.